Now, the Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, says, with Nigeria projected to be the third most populated nation in the world after India and China by 2050, the country deserves a permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council. Professor Gambari stated this on Sunday in a press address to journalists and a release signed by the State House Assistant Director of Information, Patience Tile-Giado. The report.
Addressing members of the Legislative Mentorship Initiative on a learning visit to the State House at the weekend, Gambari says Nigeria cannot be ignored in international affairs, considering its contributions to international peacekeeping and economic potential. The Chief of Staff also declared that President Buhari will be remembered for leaving a legacy of free and fair elections as well as massive investment in infrastructure across the country.
The legacies are not always just physical things. For example, when people talk about the legacies that President Muhammadu Buhari will leave behind when he leaves office, we mention, and they are very important, infrastructural legacy. The second Niger Bridge, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, the Abuja-Kano Expressway, the network of roads, railways, ports. That's very important. Power, because without power, without infrastructure, the full potential of a nation's stature cannot be realized. But he will be long remembered for other legacies. His commitment to the youth of this country. He has just signed the bill to establish the Nigerian Startup Act.
The Chief of Staff added that President Buhari has led by example on probity and accountability in governance, stressing that the nation will also remember him for that. Welcoming the fellows in training to the State House, the Permanent Secretary, Tijan Umar, engaged them in the history, role and priorities of State House, while Dakbo Oyewole, Director, LMI, who represented the Speaker, commended the Chief of Staff and the Permanent Secretary for hosting the LMI Fellows in training.
We have the State House archives, and there we have some artifacts, documents, and record books, on the history of Nigeria, where we have come, and where we are today. And we are working to establish a very befitting archives for the State House. And our major reason is to put it at the disposal of the public.
But one thing we know only too well, sir. It is one thing to receive the training, it is another thing to get the opportunity. Sir, by opening the doors and allowing our fellows in training to come here on their very last day as fellows in training, I think opens a massive door of possibility and opportunity to them. Thank you so much.
The Legislative Mentorship Initiative is set up to develop the next generation of legislators and ethical public sector leaders that are equipped with responsive leadership skills, knowledge and expertise to enhance public service delivery and foster national cohesion.